Yeah, like I want to see Zach Galifianakis, the card counter. Just kidding.
You have to be the strangest poker player I ever met.
Oh, you have no idea.
What's up, YouTube? Drive By Movies here, and you are watching
Fresh Releases.
My name is James.
My name's Blaise.
And today we are checking out the new film by Paul Schrader, The Card Counter.
Any man can tilt. You can tilt. Is it possible to know when one reaches the limit?
The Card Counter stars Oscar Isaac. Redemption is the long game in Paul Schrader's The Card Counter. Told with Schrader's trademark cinematic intensity, the revenge thriller tells the story of an ex-military interrogator turned gambler haunted by the ghosts of his past. So The Card Counter, as you heard, is Paul Schrader's brand new film. This is available in theaters as well as streaming on demand. And we both watched this movie, so here are our thoughts on the film. So James, how did you kind of feel about this movie? Did you know anything going into it before you saw it? This is probably, I think, at least the second, if not maybe more than that Oscar Isaac movie you've seen this month.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah. With Paul Schrader, yeah, so like I actually wasn't familiar with this movie whatsoever, honestly. I've been going to the movies like enough to where I felt like I should have saw the trailer for this movie. But nope, never did, and I'm surprised it didn't get like a bigger pickup or whatever. I'm not sure who distributed the movie exactly. I could look it up in just a second, but like just with the success of First Reformed, I remember Paul Schrader got an Oscar nomination for that movie with his like original screenplay, and that was one of my favorite movies of that year when it came out. I was really impressed with that one, and that was finally like an A24 movie where I was like, yes, this one is absolutely worth the hype and stuff. So yeah, I was definitely excited to see what next he'd come up with, and just when this one came out, I was just like, oh, this was just like kind of just like buried amongst a bunch of other movies and stuff, which is disappointing because this movie is very fantastic. I didn't like it as much as First Reform, but we'll get into it a little bit more. But just like the intensity as what's brought up inside the description of the movie is there and stuff. This movie definitely could have been shorter because Paul Schrader loves to hold on to his shots for a long time and stuff, which I love though. It helps build the scene. But yeah, I really thought this movie was great. I can't say I necessarily enjoyed the movie, but it's really good though.
Yeah, I think I'm sitting along the same seat right there because I enjoyed this movie for the most part. I don't know if I'm going to go revisit it anytime soon. It's definitely on the slower side. It feels very much like a slow burn, and it just felt, this movie felt strangely enough like a 70s movie but shot in present day. I don't know how to explain it, but it was something weird where I was like, I feel like I could see an alternative version of this film with like James Caan instead of Oscar Isaac, and totally shot on film and like in a different Vegas, but it's like instead it's, you know, it's modern day with that modern Vegas. So the story almost felt somewhat timeless, even though a lot of the film does revolve around recent or semi-recent news events. Like it's heavily about the atrocities that kind of happened in Abu Ghraib. And yeah, it still feels like it could be, you know, about a different type of news story back in the 70s or something. It just has this weird feeling, like the film overall has this weird feeling to it. It doesn't feel like anything else that's from 2021 or within the past 10 years at least.
Yeah, that's exactly how I felt with First Reformed, honestly. And that was like a slow burn movie too. And of course, like, I don't know if you got around to seeing it, but definitely what sticks with you is the ending of that movie. And that's definitely what stuck with me with this movie as well too. Just because, like, you know, it's just like there's not too many scenes within this movie. This movie's a little under 2 hours. It still floated by pretty fast for me, despite like a lot of those long takes and stuff. Like, I enjoyed it and stuff, and just let you settle in it. It feels very natural, of course. It's been a while since I've seen Ty Sheridan in a movie. Like, we were really like, he was just in every indie movie we were watching for like years, honestly. Like, we first saw him in Mud, and then like we also saw him in Joe, and you know, countless other movies, and then we kind of just lost him in the shuffle when he started doing like X-Men movies. But it's cool to see him come back to a movie like this as well. I mean, Paul Schrader is like a huge name. I feel like maybe not like doesn't draw like a huge crowd, but like he's like his movie is going to be something to talk about and stuff. And having Oscar Isaac within this movie too is great. I thought they were like, even though like I wouldn't say it was chemistry and stuff, they just work opposite very well with each other.
Yeah, I don't know. I like Oscar Isaac for the most part, but I do feel like we've seen him so much lately that I honestly wonder, is there anyone else they can cast? Like, I feel like he's in everything, and I don't feel like, not to knock too much on him, like I thought he did a fine job in this film. I do just feel like I would have appreciated seeing somebody other than Oscar Isaac after seeing him in, I feel like almost every single franchise, every single movie at this point, he's in it. So I know this isn't a franchise, obviously, which I prefer, but it's like I see him in friggin' Star Wars. I see him in he's now in Dune. It's like it's in everything to where I'm like, can they find anyone else? Is there anyone else left alive out there?
Right. Yeah. Yeah, it's just crazy to think that like, oh yeah, he's like that side character in Drive, and now he's like very much so the main character in everything now. So like kudos to him and stuff. And it's funny that he plays a lot of roles though where he kind of like dies towards the end, or in this movie, like, well, we're definitely not getting a sequel to this movie and stuff. Like, yes, he is left alive towards the end of the movie, but like, yeah, it was like just like, yeah, he's fine in the movie. I could have seen like another actor do this role. Definitely, I thought what this movie needed though, what I liked so much about First Reformed was it was not a role I would have expected Ethan Hawke to take and stuff. Like him being this priest who looks into like all this like crazy like past history and stuff, and like has his mindset changed and everything, and starts considering doing a very violent act and stuff. Like that was like caught me off guard. And Oscar Isaac, I can see it though. Like he's just such a fantastic actor. Like I expect nothing less of greatness from him and stuff. But it would have been cool to see like an actor who just like unexpected. Like, you know, this could have been a role where like a comedian shine, and you're like, ooh, never would have guessed them to have this like crazy dark side within them and stuff. Yeah, like he was great. I got nothing negative to say about Oscar Isaac, but I see your logic though. Yeah,
I think his performance is awesome. We know he's a great actor. It's not like, oh, he's you know, the Chris Pratt who's in everything and he isn't a great actor. Like he can't carry movies, you know, as we saw this summer with whatever Amazon direct to Amazon film he had. That was, I forget, I watched the movie, it was so bad. The Tomorrow War, sorry, but yeah, that film was so bad, and his charisma couldn't carry that film. There's only so much that you can do to fix a bad script, really, when it comes to acting. But yeah, I just feel like we could have seen, I feel like all the opportunities for people to, you know, really ascend and become great actors are almost taken, because there's people that can fill seats, and Oscar Isaac definitely is one of those actors where everyone knows that he's great and he can fill the seats. So I don't know if this movie is going to be as I don't feel like anyone's really even heard of this movie, almost, to where like I hope more people check this movie out, because it is really good and it's interesting. Like you don't really see many movies like this that come out in 2021, but I don't know if that ship has totally sailed yet.
Yeah, especially because like, yeah, like I was expecting just like a interesting like poker thriller movie and stuff, which I've actually enjoyed. Like I remember a film like watching when I was younger called Rounders with Matt Damon and Edward Norton and stuff, and like I was like, oh, like who would have guessed like a poker movie could be so interesting? Casino Royale, who would have thought a James Bond movie centered around poker could be so interesting? This one more focuses on blackjack, but of course there's the World Series of Poker towards the middle half of the movie and stuff. But just like, you know, just like card stories are interesting, but then seeing that that's kind of the backstory and like a metaphor for like, you know, like Oscar Isaac's like, you know, military past that still haunts him and stuff, as well as Willem Dafoe too. Like Willem Dafoe also is like fantastic, and also Tiffany Haddish, actually that was a role where I was just like, yeah, like I would love to see her do more roles like this and stuff. And that's kind of what we meant for Oscar Isaac, essentially. Like we know that so many comedian actors like are trying to get out of that like limelight of being the funny person, and they have this within them and stuff. So like yeah, like nothing against Oscar Isaac and stuff, but like, yeah, just like I feel like all his roles that he's done this year, we've seen so many already that it's just sucks that this one's gonna kind of like take the back burner and stuff, because this movie is a lot better than some of the other, you know, Oscar Isaac movies that have come out in recent years. Yeah,
like I want to see Zach Galifianakis, the card counter. Just kidding. I don't think I don't know. I've heard that he has great performance in baskets. I've heard it's like honestly revolutionary. I haven't checked out myself, but I've heard like people have been like, you need to check out baskets, like. But you know, like maybe he could give us a turn that would be something like that, or just somebody you know, of that caliber that's like we see in a different light. And I'd love to see, you know, a serious dark side that this movie definitely portrayed. So yeah, I mean, if you guys have you know, an AMC what is it, AMC, what is it called?
Which I got AMC A-list, which is kind of a weird thing. Like that's, so you're putting two valves right after each other and stuff, like
alliteration, bro, alliteration. Yeah. So yeah, if you have AMC A-list and you're looking for films to go see, I mean, you couldn't go wrong with this film, honestly.
Yeah, I think this would be like one of those films. Like I know a lot of people are milking AMC A-list and stuff, and I just got it recently now that more movies are starting to come out, and like I still want to check out The French Dispatch and stuff. But this is one where I would have like checked out, like, oh wow, that was really good. And actually, you know what? I think I saw First Reformed through MoviePass actually, and that was like one of the ones where I was like, wow, I'm so glad I saw this. Like, and I only saw it just because I have MoviePass. And like, you know, AMC, like downfall is they mainly play just the big blockbusters, but every once in a while they have a couple indie movies, and I might just be lucky because I live in Los Angeles and have that benefit. But yeah, definitely recommend checking it out. You can also, as we said, it's available on demand. A great way to help support the show is by renting it also through our Amazon affiliate link in our description box below. Be sure to do that and come back here leaving a comment to let us know what you thought about the movie.
And if you guys haven't already, go ahead and smash that like button, hit the subscribe button, and click that notification bell to get all our latest updates.
And if you can't get enough of us here on YouTube, be sure to check us out on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Our links are down below in the description box. Anyways, that'll conclude this week's episode. Tune in next week for a brand new video, guys.